Cause we're live. What up?
Hello. Hey everyone. How you doing, Rob?
Pretty good.
You're pretty
For the
good.
most part. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah,
Pretty good. Pretty good,
yeah, pretty good.
How are you, Miss Joey?
I am doing well. Starting to break out the Christmas hats. I'll do one a week. Do a different one every
Ooh,
week.
really? Until
Yeah, well,
really
some
until
fun.
Christmas? Until
Yeah.
Christmas?
Hey,
Okay.
can we get a sound check because I feel like I'm way louder than you?
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can
Maybe because
somebody
I'm not
tell us?
so close to the microphone like I normally.
I don't
And
know.
that's
Can
what I
somebody
see all the time.
tell us if our sound is okay?
Check, check.
Somebody, please.
Thank you. And for those who
Yeah.
are watching this replay, appreciate it as always. If you can't hear me or not hear me, and I'm starting to do sign
Okay.
language,
Ricky
so I
says
can
everything
I can
sounds
start
good.
doing sign language if you need me to.
Okay.
Hey, I really
But
can't. Hey,
hey,
I'm
Rob, what
starting
do
to
you mean?
learn how to do it. I'm really
What do
starting to
you mean
learn sign
start?
language.
Wait a minute. Isn't Rob like
What? For
you're
real?
already doing it?
Uh, yeah. See, I know how to. It's nice to meet you. See, I am starting to learn sign language. So if I need to, I will.
Okay,
But I'll
I don't
also
actually
do
know
closed
sign
caption
language.
on all my videos because I can't really hear, so I gotta read sometimes.
I'm just joking the way you greet people. I'm like, I get some of the moves. You're.
Well, I don't know about that one. I don't think I've done up the hearts. I would do
You
this one though.
have.
Have I?
I've seen you do the
Have I?
heart before.
Have I?
I'm pretty sure I've seen you do the heart before.
I've done this. I don't
You
know.
do
We're
this.
talking too much again. As always, thank y'all for the replay. we are always going on a tangent. I'm sorry for those who are watching this replay. Appreciate it as always. We'll see y'all at the end. And for those in the chat, what up? Go ahead, Miss Joey. Roll call.
Alrighty. All right, back to the beginning. First one in on my screen that I see is Ricky, RV Animals, and Movies. Hello, Ricky. Per is here this evening. Hello. And Kim, Ms. 9.5 is in the house. I guess feeling well. I didn't realize you weren't feeling well, Kim. But I'm glad you're here tonight. Brooke Clancy, my niece, here tonight. Meow Aquatics is here with us. Hello. Larry D is in the house. And then I see Metalhead Aquatics. Hello. And then Eric Wyrock. Hello, Eric. Sunfish for Fish. Hello, Sunfish. Welcome. Pensotics Diego. Hello. Atkins Nature Aquariums Ian. Hello this evening. New Local Austin. Hello. And Hussey T King Broadcast. Hello. Welcome. Melvin Reese. Melvin. Good evening. Maria Z. Hello, Maria. BJ Palmer. Hello. Tianaqua. Robert. Hello. Danica Aquatics, Kenny, hello. Geek Boy, howdy. Pierre, hello. Salute. Stephen P, 2003, in the house with us tonight. And then I see Papa Shrimp. Hello, Papa Shrimp. And then Paul McCarthy. Hello, Paul. Good evening. Kayla's Aquatics, Bob. Let's see what Bob has for a hashtag tonight. Cat,
Um,
cat, cat muffle or Muffy. I might be missing it. And then I think I got everyone. My Fish Tank Aquatics. Hello, welcome. And I hope I've seen everybody. If not, I'll try to keep up as we go along. And since you're here, and let's do it. Hit the thumbs up. Greg's Planet Tanks. Hello, welcome. Smash the like button.
got me there again. Dang it.
Getcha.
I always get into it. I'm like, oh yeah. And then you hit it.
Yeah.
Snap me out of it.
So, anywho, all right. I
Dang.
think I think I got everybody.
I'm way behind. I'm sorry.
And they're all saying hello to each other, so we're off to a good start. We're off to the races.
Yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Mike's
Hey,
Aquatics and things. Hello, Mike.
did I hear that somebody needed some watch hours and also 100 subscribers, 200? Let me know.
That I don't have the
I
info
need to,
on. If somebody could help us in the chat
please and
with
thank
that
you.
one, I'm
That'd
sure
be
somebody will
nice.
know. Fishy Biz. Hello, Fishy Biz.
What
Welcome.
up?
What up?
Miss Joey, you
You
ready for it?
you going solo tonight?
Huh?
Is that a red Solo cup?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Of course.
Red
Uh,
Solo cup.
you always got to start singing that song, don't you?
That's right. But
Every
we
time.
won't. I'll try not to. I just noticed it was a nice bright red Solo cup.
It's
Couldn't
pretty
miss it.
nice. Yeah, it's the
That's what
best
I
of
always see. It's like, if the kids are hiding in the field trying to have a party, but they get these red Solo cups that are white, glowing.
Well, because you don't want to sit it down, and if it's a dark drink, you're like, oh,
Lost it,
well,
yeah.
gotta get a new one.
All undercover. They'll never spy me. So anyway, all right. What's your agenda tonight, Rob?
Oh, I think there's some interesting things, especially for those who are trying to breed some fish and then you get rid of them and then you're like thinking back, okay, I did everything to get them to breed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come across this article that I did
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, that's what I didn't do.
Okay. So
So
you are saying that you weren't as successful as you had hoped to be with a particular
yeah,
fish.
not knowing what I needed as far as the
Okay. So you're
requirements.
trying to get them to spawn and it wasn't working out. Okay.
Because you have everything as far as the setup, and everyone says that you keep them at a certain thing, or just because they're in like the wild and they always need a certain temperature, you don't think that they need something to change in order for them to
Yeah.
breed,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa, or something, because salt water is different. I don't know how that is.
Well, yeah, and then with freshwater, it can be either way. Sometimes you need the warmer water to induce spawning, but others are induced with a little bit of colder water simulating the rain.
Mhm.
So it just depends on the fish
See,
that you're breeding.
that just destroyed my whole entire mindset. I was like, dang it, I never thought of that either. I never thought of that either. Dang it.
So, when we're trying to manipulate, as we talk about, when we're trying to
Hmm.
manipulate, sometimes they just do it on their own and you don't have to do anything. But if you are struggling, you got to kind of study the fish a little bit, see what their natural environment would be and what induces spawning. That would be my suggestion.
You see
Where are
this on
you
the
going
screen?
with it?
Do you see this on the screen already? In 8 minutes, dude. Rob's too short to see this disc, but that's okay. Nice. Y'all have already started? Really?
Right out of the gate.
No, that was at 6:04, so that's 4 minutes. And I'm that behind. No, I seen it. Ha ha. You thought I was short. Huh?
Well, I was talking, so as usual, I can't read and talk at the same time. Jimmy P, hello, Jimmy P,
What
welcome.
up? Hey, and Bob, appreciate it. I see Bob in the building. Did you say
Oh
Bob?
yeah, Bob's here with one of
Appreciate
his
it as
hashtags.
always for you sending them on over. Appreciate it.
Yes, he does. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm glad you said that introducing some cold water to some warm habitats, or how about a cold water fish needing a little bit of spunk, a little bit of heat, just to get a little bit
Mhm.
of slapping bellies.
Mhm. Yep.
All
Like I
right,
said, it
y'all, we're
can
gonna
work
go
both
ahead and
ways.
go to this first order kill. Mm-hmm. Thought you didn't see. Come on, man. Whoop. Oh, he wasn't even the first one? Dang, that's
He
even
wasn't the
early.
first one. See, I'm not watching. Hello, Shayna. Welcome.
We are definitely not watching. Sorry. See, look, y'all can say anything right
Keep
now.
up.
We want to see. What up?
Oh, hey,
Hey.
cat. Oh yeah.
So let's get it. So this first one is when I seen, I was like, oh, okay. Warm habitats pays a lot for, you know, being always warm. So you need cold waters, right? But then not only when they want to breed, because they need to feel like they need to. I don't know why they need to breed, because I've always never heard what they really need to. They just always said they just need to. So, and I'm thinking, if I have cold water fish, what do they really need for them to change? And I've never had cold water fish where I always kept them at the same temperature and never changed anything until I
Right.
seen this thing, and then that's when it blew my mind. They say that if you have cold water fish, you got to have a little bit of warm water to their their inhabitant to get them to do some slapping other bellies.
Yeah.
Miss Joey, have you ever heard about this?
Absolutely.
Oh
Of
goodness.
course.
I'm the most horrible fish keeper. Like I said, I've been doing this 4 years, but I have never
But
really.
that does not mean that I necessarily practice that method. You
Okay, good
know,
to go. Okay,
um,
okay.
at this point, like I said, I only want a couple spawns a year for my goldfish. So I just kind of let them do their own thing. I can tell when they're getting ready to spawn. I'll put a mop in. I'll collect what I want. Good to go. Now, if I decided I wanted a couple fish, specifically to breed, then yes, I would probably put them in their own little tub and maybe increase the temperature to try to coax them into it, and do what I want them to do when I want them to do it. Um, so you could do what you want, you know. Depends on which way you want to go with it, I think. Cold
See,
water aquatics, hello, welcome.
see. Did you say cold water aquatics?
Yes, I did.
I seen someone went live and I said, "Who in the world is cold water aquatics?" And I got to thinking, did Brandon change his name? And he sure did.
Brandon would not change his name, would he?
Brandon, didn't you change your name, sir? I can't see this. I can't see the screen, but I guarantee you it is
Did
him.
he?
I guarantee you 10 push-ups.
Oh my goodness, I'm
I
so
bet you
used to
10
Maple
push-ups.
Street.
That is the good old Maple Street.
Oh wow. Hi Brandon. I get it. He says, "Yep,
10
yep."
push-ups.
So I gotta have to get used to that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was thinking whoever it is, you know them because they're a mod.
Well, and then if I was to see that, I'd be like, "Who is that?" Because I've done that before. Someone's changed their name in their mod. I'm like,
Mhm.
"Who is that?"
Well, we'll just go with makes sense. So, hello, Steph, my sister Steph. Welcome. Hello,
I'm always gonna call him Maple, or
Maple.
B, so Maple or B. So sorry, but Brandon, have you heard about this fool? Introducing some warm water to some cold tanks since you got cold water aquatics there, sir.
I think he commented on it earlier.
Oh, see, I can't see. Dang it!
I
I'm
think.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, he says, yeah, man, you can get breeding from some natural temperature swing. Yes,
Oh, okay. See,
in his own words.
well, that's
So
something
there
to know
you go.
now.
I think pretty much everybody would agree with that statement.
Okay.
Pretty
Yeah.
standard, I think.
If you're in a fish room that's heated, and normally in my thoughts and theory, if you have it in the lowest part, it's going to stay at a consistent temperature of a cool,
Mhm.
it's not going to be as hot as the room or the temperature of other tanks, but it's going to be cooler. They keep that, and then I never had a swing of temperature in there, so that's probably why I've never had full success.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can understand when I was going through so many trials and errors. I'm like, I got everything in place, but never got any result. And not only that, I would do everything to the T. So I kind of knew that sooner or later I was just going to give up. And then once I got rid of them, I'm upset now that I figured them out.
Okay. So do you wish you had those fish back now? That you,
In a
or
sense,
you'll just know the next time you get something similar?
maybe.
Oh, okay.
It depends on what the fish was. I mean, because I had some Daniels, I was just trying to,
Mhm.
just to give a trial and error for egg scatterers, because I really never had any success on those. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Well, you either have to have a really heavily planted tank, which doesn't necessarily work, or you put, you set up your screened, situation in the bottom of your tank and collect the, do all the thing. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's everything's a little bit of work, and if you want to do that, but then sometimes you just don't want to, you know.
see, this is the thing that upsets me though. But I'm happy for others, but upsets a little bit. Like when I was in high school, I had to work 100 times harder than other people who didn't work at all. They would get an A plus, and I would get a C. I'm like, really?
Oh, I know, but don't we all face that in our life?
Like
Where
people are like,
it
"Oh,
just seems like it's easy
I
to
bred
somebody
all
else.
the fish." I'm like, "Oh, really? That's nice to know that I can't breed the same fish."
Yeah, but it seriously could be just that somebody else is willing to take the steps that we're not willing to take.
No, not if they're lazy and not doing anything. They're still
Oh,
successful.
they're still breathing? I don't know then.
Yeah,
Maybe they just have a lot of luck or heavily planted tank or I don't know. I don't know.
I've seen some instances. I'm like, "Hey, that tank is just so nice," and I see
Hmm.
why. But then I see some others, and I'm like, "Okay, we're about the same," and I'm like, "And I'm having no success." But they're not really doing much more than I am.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Lucky?
Yeah,
Beginner's
and I
luck,
don't like
maybe?
it. I don't like it.
Beginner's luck?
I will be very, appraising of it because that's success, but I'm not gonna like it.
But secretly you're jealous.
I'm a little grape jelly, you know,
That's okay.
you
That's
know.
okay. As long as you play nice with the other kids, that's okay. You
Yeah.
know. Hi S.
Get
Hi
rid of the
Sean. How are
oxygen.
you?
Of course.
Now Brandon did comment and said that the breeding happens there in the spring when the tanks start to warm up. So the warmer water.
Dang
Um,
it. I didn't think
yeah,
of that stuff either.
yeah. So yeah. Well, spring is typically the breeding time for many species when it starts to warm up.
Well, that is true. I think that's just year round then.
Well, in some areas, yes, and then in others, no. It literally is spring or fall, and that's when they breed or spawn or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
That's true, yeah. Yeah,
But
I
if you
like
want
that. I like that article, but I wish it came out a little bit sooner.
for you,
Because yeah, I
you
would have
know
had a
what?
lot of help and knowledge in that. Thank y'all. Sorry.
You know what? I bet you could find some more Danios if you wanted
Oh
to get
yeah.
back into it.
Oh no. Yeah. Nah. It's just like, oh
Pretty
yeah, you
sure
want to
you
get some
could
more
get some.
convicts? No, unless they're a different type of convict. I mean, Daniels. If
Yeah.
there was a
Well,
different type of Daniel, I would definitely
they
just.
breed like rabbits those days.
I like Daniels. I do like them. I love them. I used to have a lot of them.
Oh, I like them. I've had tanks of them. I have some giant ones right now, but
I
I've
never
had
had the
tanks in the
giant
past.
one. Are they really
Yeah,
like huge?
they are. Well, in comparison to regular ones, they're probably 5 or 6 times the size at least. I mean, they are giant. They are a couple, probably 2 or 3 inches long, and they're big.
I think
They're
I
big.
think I think Haley had one in her tank, but I don't remember. I think it was like a rescue. I don't remember. I think so, but it was pretty big. But I was like, man,
Yeah. No, they're big.
I never really seen them.
They're pretty. Like anything, they're not. They're one of those fish that would maybe kind of hide at first glance. But if you stand and start watching the tank, they're fast moving and they swim, they school well. So um, they're very noticeable. I have them in with my filament bars, and it's busy. It's a very
Really?
busy
See, I
tank.
would like that. I would kind of like that. I don't know. Sometimes, depending on the fish and how many fish, a tank can give me anxiety because I can be like, yo, there's a lot of movement going on in there.
Oh, this tank is a fast moving tank.
Oh
I've
yeah.
got a variety of barbs. I've got just sort of all the fish that there's just a couple left. They go in there, and it's a fast moving tank. It's crazy. You feed it, it's a frenzy. It's
I mean,
nuts.
different. It's a different on feeding because I want them to be aggressive because they need to eat. But when they're just around about and I'm sitting there chilling and watching them, I want them to move around and chill, not be sitting there nipping at each other, running around.
Well, these guys aren't really nipping at each other. It's just busy. They are just back
See,
and forth.
I had
Nuts.
some aggressive um Daniels. I don't know if anyone's ever had some, but I had some and
You
they
can
were
get
always
some, yeah.
nipping at each other. So I can only imagine what big boys are like. So
They don't. I don't see mine nip that much, but I don't
okay.
know. Depends on
I
how
want
they.
those now. So if I ever see them, I'm gonna get them now that you said so.
They're pretty cool. I like them. I don't know. You just have to try them. You know. So hi
Anybody else got
T-Bone.
some? I have
I bet there's
one.
some people in here that have giant Danios or filament
Anybody?
bars.
Bueller.
Um. So T-Bone's in the house. Hello, T-Bone. I thought I saw somebody else
T-Bone.
slide in here. Um. Paul McCarthy. I think. I don't know. Were you here before, Paul? I'm sorry. There's so many people to
Uh,
say hi to. But anyway, hi, Paul, again. Um,
I have one Daniel. He used to have a jerk friend or jerkfish. Then he went to the pond in the summer and got into a fight with a dragonfly and he won, but he messed up. Oh, dang!
oh,
That sounds like a rough journey for that fish.
Eduardo says, and hello, he says that his Danios are aggressive,
Okay.
especially with each other and the
Okay.
females. Yep. He's calling them a bad
Yeah, I
name.
think you did. Yep, that's true. I did see some. I did. I do
Okay, you
remember.
saw some giant Danios at
Yeah, I do
Brandon? Okay,
remember.
yeah. They just, I think they're just easy to slide in with anything. I mean, they're decent size, so you can put them
Okay.
in. Mine are in, like I said, I've got a variety of barbs in there, down to some small ones. And then I've got blue acaras, some catfish. I think that's the roseline sharks. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there,
With some okay.
you know.
And they have 10 with and a 90-gallon with some Severums. That's pretty
There
nice.
you go.
That
I bet
sounds
that's
good to
nice.
me. That sounds
Yeah,
really nice. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So.
Crystal, what up? Yeah.
Yeah, see, you see, mine don't seem to fight either. BJ said that hers, some back in the day, no nipping. Yeah, mine, I don't know. Maybe it's because the filament bars are just so busy; they don't have time to concentrate on nipping. They're just all moving around. That could be.
I like the species of the barbs. Barbs
Yeah.
are interesting depending on which ones. I mean the cherry barbs, they can get a little nippy sometimes.
Well,
But
I
I like
mean, I
them.
guess they all can.
Yeah,
But
I
if you
like them.
just, I mean, here's what you do: you just increase the aeration and the water flow to the point where they just can't, you know,
Oh.
they can't concentrate on fighting. They're just like boiling in the water. No, I'm just joking.
Like,
just
whoa.
keep just blow them all over the tank. They won't be able to fight. Yeah, they'll be in there like buoy.
Like, hey,
Oh, yeah, it's all good, you know. Hello, Crystal's Pets, and hello, Mary Page. Welcome.
a gold
Um,
Grammy. Um, I've had some instances where I've had a honey Grammy that was a little feisty thing. I was like, man,
I
you
think
gotta
you can
be a little.
get an aggressive anything. You can get an aggressive guppy.
Yeah, you
I mean,
can.
you can.
You can.
You know, there's always somebody trying to rule the roost. Somebody always wants to be king.
FX6 on a 20-gallon. It will be good. Oh yeah, that thing will never have to be. That filter is huge for a 20-gallon, and that would be great.
It's just blow them right around. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh, hello, Steph. I hate stupid people. Hello, welcome.
I can only imagine the flow in that. You wouldn't even be having water in that tank. I think the tank will blow up. That would be the worst video ever.
I mean, they hardly can right themselves, let alone fight, right?
And you better not put any fragile fish in there either. I don't even think you're gonna put anything in that thing. You better just put water and something like some beads or something.
Oh boy. That's right. Any fish can become queen or king. That's right.
I think that's what it is. They got to show a little dominance. I think, yeah.
Well, I
You're
guess
right.
the old theory somebody has to, right?
Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit.
A little bit. It's usually, hello, Joe Munoz. It's usually based around food. A lot of them. I feel like they start all these hierarchies and it's over food. You know, it's like I want to be first to the food,
Yeah,
and they make
that's
sure they are.
that's a problem with some aggressive fish. They're like eating everything, and some fish can't get anything. But that's why I'm fine with them being aggressive to get food because they need to.
Yeah.
But when they're in everyday life, I don't need them just nipping at each other and moving around constantly. And then ends over here saying, "Don't forget the MP40 wave maker just in case it's not enough." You know what? You're not even going to have any water in there. You're actually making yourself a DIY water changer. Okay, it's going to be on the floor, but your water will be changed. You just got to add more water to it and turn
I
it on.
really think that is the solution to aggressive fish. Just keep that water moving.
Well, that's cool with African cichlids. And see, I've done that and I felt so horrible. And I think that's why I kind of like I don't have them anymore, is because I felt so bad. I had so much like current in there. I felt so horrible, but they were loving it. But I was just like, I got to get rid of this tank. This is killing me.
But see, now you funneled your way right into why I keep these fish, because I got so tired of watching fish fight, and the goldfish don't fight. Um, and I can tell you, I am right on the border of not keeping my angelfish anymore. I have, I've been breeding angelfish for a little while,
Really?
and I'm close to just ditching the angelfish
So
because
is this a touchy subject? Because I'm sitting here like, oh no, you're going to get rid of fish because of something I just said. Because
no,
that's
I
a
mean I've
perfect
been
time.
thinking about it. You
Oh,
could
okay,
ask my niece. She and I talk
okay,
about it, and I'm just like,
okay.
if you have to keep them a certain way, and if you keep them kind of contained in, they don't fight too much. But then if they get too much room, then they want to pair off,
Oh
and then
yeah,
it's like everybody's in their corner, and they
it's more
just start.
aggression. It's more
It's
aggression.
it's horrible, and you can literally see sometimes, pairs pair off, and if you don't get there in time, I mean, they will annihilate these other fish before you can get them out of the tank. And it's like, I'm just, they're beautiful, and I have some beautiful angelfish, but I'm getting kind of tired of the fighting. I am, you know.
Okay, so here's a question for you, everyone, anyone in the live replay. Tiger barbs are the very first fish I've ever gotten one day and took their butts back to the store and was like, hey, they're not going to make it in my tank. I only said that because I didn't like them, because they were going to kill every fish I had. I only knew, I was like, look, listen, I'm only small. I'm only telling a small lie just to get rid of them. I don't even want credit, dude. I just gave you money. Here's the fish. I don't want anything. I'm actually going to go buy more fish that are
Right.
not those.
Tiger barbs can be really aggressive.
Okay, so I'm
I
not
think
the only
they're
one. Anyone?
No, I think they're the most aggressive of all the barbs. That's in my experience, what I've
Oh, I hate
experienced.
tiger barbs. I hate them.
They're
People are like, "Oh,
beautiful.
you
If
would
you
like them."
just have a tank of tiger barbs, they're beautiful.
I think
But
that's all I'm gonna do is
but
that
they do
way,
fight amongst themselves.
and that's the only thing I'm like, ah, no.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
I would do a 20 long with some and a nice little escape and call it a day. But like you
but
said, I think it's
there's
because it's
so
just
many
them.
fish like that, I feel, where it's like, if you keep them species only, they do better. But sometimes you don't just want to look at just tiger barbs. So it's hard.
And
So
dropping some knowledge. He's saying fish are just like humans. Sometimes they just need to breed and have their own space. They're uncontrollable sometimes. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They're like, hey, you're gonna give me the space, or I'm gonna take it, and
I'm gonna take it. Yeah.
I'm going to actually breed afterwards. So, like it or not,
Oh yeah. Oh, sunfish saying bluegills are feisty. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
bluegills.
are.
Oh yeah, I've seen some
Yeah.
feisty bluegills.
Yeah.
Green
Hi,
tiger
hi, Terry.
barbs.
Terry's
See, I've
talking.
never
Hi.
really heard that they're okay. They're not. Yeah, I've heard that they're not that as aggressive as the tiger barbs. And I'm like, I don't think anything that has tiger green, yellow, purple, white. vanilla, anything that has tiger barbs. I'm like, nah. They look
Yeah.
cool, and I'm like,
Well, see, I'm heading more towards. I mean, I still have bettas, but I keep them pretty much separate, so that's
okay,
easy to do.
yes, that
And
is.
I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking about just keeping 1 or 2 tanks of the convicts and just keeping just my goldfish,
So
because
you're just
everything
doing
else
only
ends up
goldfish here.
driving me nuts. I
Oh,
I say this, I've said it in videos, and I live by it. There's nothing that creates any more anxiety in your life than watching your fish fight.
that's
It's
true.
it's supposed to be fun and relaxing. And when I look over and see the angelfish at it or something at it, I'm just like, and the same thing. Am I just gonna keep tanks with pairs of angelfish? I'm like, that's kind of boring. It's boring to me, you know.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, I think that's what it is.
and I have that. I have a couple tanks with just a pair of angelfish. So anyway, hi Lumpy Dog, welcome.
Yeah,
But this is kind of what makes it interesting, because everybody views things, in a different way, and they like different things, and that's what keeps the hobby, interesting and different. Otherwise, everybody would just have the same fish. What do you got back there?
well,
Your
see,
Oscar?
when you were saying like certain fish you get a little bit tired of when you either breed or they breed so much or they're not actually soothing you. Like, okay, so
Yeah,
this is actually just one fish because we thought like, hey, we want to get a pair and we didn't know that they got this big because of course just getting into fish keeping. It's an Oscar. You didn't know that they were going to get so big. They sell them this little,
right.
and he got more aggressive than others, and then killed every single fish. So he's always been by himself. I can
Yeah,
never really get rid of him like other fish. Like if I had, like you said, convicts, I'm like, okay, if I get tired of those, I can get rid of those because I really truly got rid of them because they're breeding so much, and I'm having to put up tanks and busting out other tanks just to get bigger ones so they
yeah.
can breed more and stuff like that. But then, like you said, just take the nature in hand and let them go. But with him, I'm like, yo, I can never get rid of him. That is the
But
hardest. That would be the hardest fit. Even when if once if it passed, like it could live up to however long, 15 to 20 years. I'm fine with
yeah,
that. But like I'm like, I know one day it's going to be gone, and that's going to be the hardest fish to lose.
yeah,
Besides actually getting rid of, a whole group of fish, I'm fine with that. I'm like,
yeah.
I can
Well,
get.
that's because that one you have sort of you have a relationship with it, and and it's a pet, and they do become that way. But but that's an example of you know, as you said, a dominant fish, and that's all you can have in the tank. And though you like it, that's all you can have in that tank. And that's how I feel about my angelfish. It's like, oh, one breeding pair, and that's so fun.
Yay! That dry yay, like,
I mean, and
oh.
then I can look at these guys swimming around, and they're just happy, and I can tons of them in different colors, and
And
then
then
it's
you
like,
look
or
at
I
that
just have
tank
two
like, why can't you
angelfish.
be like them? Just be like them,
Right?
please. Just
Can't you just chill out?
and then you don't want to have all male, all female because all fish, no matter what fish they are, male or female, they all look good in certain ways. So you're like, I want that fish, but it's a male. Or no, I can't have that fish because it's a female. So now I got to go to only males. You're like, oh.
Right.
So
Well, like a
that's
lot of
torn
people,
between two.
keep just male Africans, not only because they're pretty, but there's less aggression in the tank, if the females aren't there. So anyway, hey, people, it's halftime. Smash the
Oh,
like button.
dang. Look, I'm over. Everyone's dropping knowledge over here.
I know
Everyone's
it's such
talking
a.
amongst them.
I don't
We're
think
like
we've ever been
paragraphs over
so
here.
serious for 30 minutes.
We
We've
have been
hardly
so
cracked any
serious.
jokes.
Wow. Anyone got some short jokes?
We've been having such an adult conversation.
I mean, I got a dad joke if y'all want to hear it. Like, I could do a dad joke.
Hey, you do whatever you want. It's your stream.
Would
You
you like
want
a
to?
dad joke? You could do it. Okay, let's see. Okay.
I mean, you do it if you want to.
Why did the cat get a ticket?
I don't know. Why did the cat get a ticket?
For littering. Knee slapper. Ah, goodness.
Oh God.
Yeah, my
Okay.
daughter is definitely going to see that and go, "That's my dad."
That's my dad. That's my daddy.
I'm glad she's only 2 right now, but if she sees this, she's gonna be like, "Wow."
Are you kidding? She won't be able to watch you when you're older, or when she's older. You just wait. They go through all the stages.
Oh, you talking about
What is
YouTube
it?
when they're
Probably
gone?
about 13 to 14. You become the dumbest person in the world, and then
I
you're
don't know.
embarrassing to them. It's all the progression.
No, because
They
even
don't want
if
to be
I know I
seen with
was
you.
doing wrong, I know my dad was gonna tell me. Didn't I tell you I was right? Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could, you could go out. When I was a kid, I don't know, pick anything. Riding your bike down the dirt road. You fall over, skin your knee, dripping blood. Go back to the house. Well, I told you not to be riding down that road doing this. That would be mom. No sympathy. No sympathy. But I knew what to expect. She was consistent. But yeah, you just wait. You'll hit all the stages.
See, I'm glad that I've had people like yourself that have went through this to tell me this, so I can brace myself. Okay,
Yeah, but you
like
were a
I was
kid
just
once
saying with the
too.
fish, I can brace myself for this.
Yeah, but you were a kid once too. You had to have gone through most of those stages yourself.
Like I said, I knew that I was wrong, but I knew in my heart my dad's gonna be like, "Didn't I tell you it was right, fool?" Yeah, yeah, But at one point in time, I was like, you know what? I gotta live life.
Oh yeah, you're living right on the edge. Okay, I got
Where's
it.
my elf ears? Got you.
Got you. Yeah, you gonna participate next week and wear a Christmassy hat?
Before I shaved this down, my lady was like, "Yo, we're about to spray paint this all white, and you're about to be Santa Claus. We're about to put a belly on you." I was like, "Santa is at least 5'7". I'm not there. Not
Yeah, but
happening.
we have no measure on this screen. If you didn't tell me how tall you were, how would I know? You could tell me you were 6 feet tall. How would I know?
Like I said, when someone meets me in person, the first thing they say is, "Rob, I thought you were taller on camera."
Yeah, but you don't have to admit to it.
Not when they're in person and say it.
No, but I mean on screen, nobody knows. You don't have to say. I mean, it's out now. Hi, Susie. How are you? Q Aquatics, welcome. Um, well, you let the cat out of the bag now. I mean, we all know, which opens you up to the short jokes.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying. Okay, okay. No, they said, "What was my elf ears at?" And I said, "Right here." And then I went into the story of that. So yeah, you're right. Never mind. Cheers. You're right. You got me.
Well, so you need to wear something next week. I don't care. Santa,
Um,
elf ears, whatever.
I don't know.
You gotta wear something.
No, I don't. I don't think I got that.
T-Bone says his beard's already white, doesn't need to paint it. Well, you go for Papa Smurf.
Oh, they're doing
Cute.
math over here. We can tell the tank is 3 feet tall, Rob, and it is.
Oh, they're doing that.
Hey, you're good. You're good at geometry. High five. Dang it. I got smart people in the chat. That's why I always.
Okay, so what you have to do is never be in front of anything, so they have no ratio. Just a
Oh, that's
wall. Just a
true.
wall.
Yeah, because this is a 75-gallon. This is about yay high, So, dang, that actually looks shorter than I think. So, I think I'm really. And I just realized when I get older, I'm gonna be shrinking. I'm not. I'm gonna be like 4'11".
I know. You shrink, your nose gets bigger, your ears get bigger. See, we'll have our own elf ears.
That's true. Sooner or later, I will be.
Now,
So
is
that's
it
awesome.
that the ears and nose grow, or does your head shrink? I don't know.
I don't know. I already got a big noggin, so my cranium is huge.
Look
Yeah,
at all
Kenny, and
things we
me
have
too, man.
to look
Me too.
forward to.
Working on it.
All
Dang, we're already at
right.
40 minutes.
I know.
Second
And we've
clipping.
only done one of your clips.
I can't believe it. Sorry.
I don't know what we were talking about.
What were we
There
talking
were
about?
nothing important.
Whoop. All right, second clip. Hybrid salmon. Once again, going for the cold water, hot water thing. I don't know what it is. I think it was for it's destined, like you said, if I ever come across some fish that need to be cold water, I think now that if I do, I will get them. So I think you're right. I should have answered that way. So yes, I think so. Because the second one's the same, similar. Salmon that are hybrids are going up to old Canada to breed a little bit more because it's been hot down here. But these are coming all the way from Georgia. Okay.
So are they swimming? They're swimming themselves, or they're shipping them?
I think they're just due to the environment. They're saying that they're actually being there. So
they're swimming upstream to find a cold water source, is what you're saying?
That's what it looks like. So I'm just like, wow. When I'm seeing this, like I said, I can't really continue to read them because I'm not subscribing.
Okay, gotcha.
But I read it like I see as I'm in a waiting line at a grocery store. Like, would I buy it? Like you said, I'm the one that doesn't read it all the way through. But actually, when you said that, somebody started to pick it up and flip through it. I was like, you're gonna be that guy.
You're that guy that's gonna stand there and read the whole magazine in line.
I finally seen it.
I told you. I'm like, you see them. They're like just, and then I'm thinking, if I buy one, that's not the one I want. The one that you.
I want the fresh one that no one read all the way through.
And now, I am that person that's gonna reach behind and take, a magazine that's 3 or 4 back. I don't want that one in the front that's been rifled through.
Yeah, now all the binding is all worn out. Nope.
Yeah. The print's all smudged from the dirt. Yeah, I don't want that. I'll reach behind.
The page is not, it's not as grippy because they just had their greasy hands on. Nope.
Yeah. So there's a comedian in our area. He does a lot of Maine humor. But one of the things I always thought was funny is he was talking about bread, a loaf of bread. And he said, are you the type that reaches in and won't take the first piece of bread? You want to reach back and take the fresher or the more soft piece of bread and leave that other stuff for your family. Take a little survey on that.
I'm the one that actually eats the first. Well, sometimes depending on, because I know if I'm making food for others, they will want the other one. I will take the first, but I'll eat the whole entire loaf. Like, I'm not stingy, so.
Well, I'll eat an end as well, but he's just talking about that, as you use the loaf of bread, that front piece typically gets a little drier. He's like, so I'll reach past that piece and get the good bread. Leave that for my family.
Yeah, if I'm truly like in dire need, I'm like, man, I need like a triple. So I'm like, all right, there's only 3 and one of them's the butt. Got it.
Yeah. No, I'll eat an end. I'm okay with that. Fish Keep in Jamaica. Riley, hello, welcome.
What up? Hey, if y'all haven't checked out that video that Riley put out, it was really awesome to do a collab with Riley as always. Y'all don't know, Riley is always trying to showcase people. So for those who are in the chat that has a ranch, go ahead and drop that link for me for his channel because I appreciate that. That was awesome. I love his questions. His questions are always detailed and straight to the point, and I love them. So, what up, man?
Ken's saying she gives the first. I think she's saying she gives the first piece of bread to her husband.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Keep it going.
Oh, Jimmy, he always reaches in the middle of the loaf.
The whole middle? Dang, you're like, Got it. You're messing up the whole entire front of the other one.
Jimmy, you're reading the magazine in the line too, aren't you?
You should have just cut the other end of the bread side and started over there. Then shoot. From the center of the loaf. Oh, so Jimmy and Master Aquatics do both.
Yeah, they want that nice, fresh, soft bread.
This is 1 in a million for 2 people to do it in the same thing. Anyone else?
Are your hands clean? Or
Did y'all wash them?
Are you running your fingers across that bread?
Please tell me y'all wash them. Hey, we got Papa Scrimp in 15 minutes. I'm glad we got people's liven up the Wednesday live chat. Yep. So I appreciate it for someone dropping that knowledge on us. So now we got someone to follow us. Papa Scrimp going in 15.
All right, awesome. All right, let's get
second one. Okay, second one.
We were talking about the salmon, but I mean, I don't really have much to say other than, I mean, if they're looking for a cold water source, it goes far north.
Like, do you know how hot that has to be for them to nope, too hot. Still too hot. Gotta keep going.
Typically, they go back to where they were spawned. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, but these are hybrids, so these are not.
Yeah, that's why I was like, are they
salmon?
Are they transporting them?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're coming, and if they're from Georgia, they're swimming through, and like they said, from the environment of it. So that has to be from the actual.
So it's just their natural instinct to find.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and these are different ones. So maybe I'm not sure if there is hybrid ones that do that.
RB. Well, that's a good way to use it, Ricky. He says, my duck and the 2 roosters get the ends of the loaf of the bread. Yeah, well, if you don't want to eat them, that's a good thing to do with them.
That's positivity, right?
Give them to the critters. Yeah.
That's true.
I feed my crows every morning. I'm a weird person. I have crows.
You're talking about
yes, that are outside. They wait for me up in the trees, and
the Addams family crows.
I call to them. Yeah, I call to them, and they come. And you see them, especially in the winter, they'll sit out there in the tree and on top of the little shed, and they wait for me to feed them every day. I'm a weird person that feeds the crows.
Rob 93. Salmon is pronounced salmon.
Yes. Yeah, I pronounce it salmon. You throw the L in.
I'm fancy.
Fancy schmancy. Hello, Irene Matthews.
Salmon in there, you know what I mean?
Salmon. He likes to pronounce the L. Salmon.
You don't pronounce the L?
No, salmon. Yeah, no L.
No? No?
No L.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Hey, look, listen. I got a C in English, okay? I passed.
I just let you go with however you want to do it, but I've always pronounced it salmon.
Hey, longest I know that y'all know what I'm talking about.
I had a guy one time ask me about the quahogs.
The what?
And I said, you mean quahogs? And I said, you mean quahogs? He's like, yeah, what are those? So, some things are just pronounced differently.
Someone said to me, potato bugs. And I go, what?
Yeah, potato bugs.
I've never heard of potato bugs. And I had to look it up, and I was like, oh.
You know what's really disgusting is if you're kind of hardcore, you go out and you just crush them in your fingers. You just go out to the plate. Have you ever seen I think it's is it a greenhorn tomato worm? Those I'm saying it wrong, but they're it's a tomato hornworm or something. Those things are huge. I mean, huge. And they're eating your tomato plants, and they're pooping the greenest poop, and it's a ton. If you get those in your garden, it's like, at first glance, you don't notice them. And then all of a sudden, you start looking at your plants, and they're moving, and the leaves are getting all eaten, and it's nothing but green poop. Looks like green slime all over the place. They're disgusting. Yeah, see, Steph, that's what she does. She crushes the bugs with her hands on the potatoes.
So, yeah, you and my father have some interesting stories living in the country. That's one. and my
Yeah.
father doing his stuff back in the day. I'm like, you know what? Y'all had a fun
Mm.
time doing that. I didn't have that kind
You
of experience.
no, and we've all done. Oh, that's it. Yeah, corn tomato worm. Yeah. Oh, and they're poisonous. I didn't
And
know
they
that. Stuff.
poisonous?
I didn't know they were poisonous. I just know that they will decimate the whole tomato patch within days. It's like you have tomato plants away, and next thing you know, you get nothing. It's like locusts. They come through. I mean, you have nothing.
They
So,
destroy things. Okay, so
oh, they're
listen,
horrible.
that's
Now,
crazy.
you really know you're hardcore, Rob.
Huh?
I'm sure there's going to be somebody else in here aside from possibly my sister, but I'm not even sure she's done this
Dang.
because she's a little bit older than me, so they were sort of like the three girls, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they did their thing. But then I was younger, and so I grew up with my two brothers and then the neighborhood boys. So, sometimes you end up having manure fights with kind of the fresher stuff because they're in the right size ball.
Time out. If you throw some
You just
caca
haven't lived
at
till
me,
you get
we
on the
are
farm. You had a
fighting.
manure fight.
We are fighting if you throw some caca at me. Okay.
I've grown up. I don't do it anymore. But when I
I
was a
would
kid,
hope if you were my boss and you threw some boo boo at me, I'd be like, you know what, ma'am? I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. I would leave. Okay. This that would hurt. That would scar me. Okay.
well, oh
How was
God,
your
the
day,
stuff we
Rob?
did,
I had some
you,
poop thrown at me. You know.
we weren't. I mean, clearly we weren't supposed to be having manure fights. We were not supposed to be running around in the manure pile barefoot. Guilty. We were not.
Oh, I'm thinking in
we
between my
did
toes.
we did all the things you weren't supposed to do. I mean, we weren't supposed to go to the shore either, and I do not know how that woman knew. We'd go down far and then sneak over to the path where we were sure she couldn't see us, and she'd still catch us. But yeah, if you
Oh,
ever get a
that's you
chance, have a
too,
manure
Mister.
fight.
Oh, I would have said no, not me, and then say yeah. I was just not. Yeah, no. I wouldn't have said anything. I would just plead the fifth.
Hey, horse manure isn't it? I was not throwing cow flaps. I was just throwing, we were throwing horse manure.
What's the difference? It's poopy.
Well, cow flaps comes out like a cow flap, looks like a cinnamon roll, and it's loose.
I don't want to think about this.
Horse manure comes out more like in these biscuity ball shapes, and they're pretty good size. You could throw those. Well, you could throw the cow poop. It would just be messy.
Yeah, no.
Look, I grew up on the farm, okay? And not like a quote working farm. I didn't grow up on a dairy farm or anything, but we had some of everything and always had horses and cows and stuff. But you make your own fun. That's just what you
Sounds
do.
like it a lot.
And then you just go for a swim. Wash up. You're all good.
I hope it's in something that's not like
No, you just go down,
crazy.
swim in the dirty ocean. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Then you're just adding on to it, huh?
Yeah. You top it off with some red tide. You're good.
Building up that immune system.
Yeah, what we refer to here as the quahog itch. Yeah. That's nasty.
Ugh.
You just haven't lived, Rob.
Oh, I have to 28, so I'm good. Yeah, no. The closest thing I've swum into is like
Hello.
that is a.
All right, I'll stop talking about poop fights.
Yeah, that's anybody else done that?
It won't kill you.
Anyone else?
They say if you haven't eaten a peck of dirt yet, you're.
I do not know how we ended up on horse boo boo.
I don't know. It just flew into my mind. Because you were talking about stories. But I'll ask your dad if he ever had a horse manure fight. See if he ever has.
I'm gonna see if he did. Like, hey, Dad, did you ever do that? He'd be like, nah. I was.
Yeah, Brooke says it builds the immune system. Sure
I was about to
does.
say, yeah, you're.
I
good.
never have a cold.
That's pretty good then, yeah. And then you,
Knock on wood, I'm never sick. You know,
yeah, you're good, yeah. So
I grew up on the manure pile.
oh, gross. Ew. So all right,
Well, is there
Michelle, we
anything
got
you'd like to
55
talk about,
minutes
Rob?
in. We got 55 minutes in, and I gotta get going because I gotta go get my little one.
Okay.
So for those who are watching this replay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was an awesome stream. I don't even know what we talked about, but I appreciate every single one of y'all that were in the chat. For my mods, keeping it clean as always, and for those who are brand new here, I've seen a lot of new faces, and for those who are just coming in, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't see y'all, and we were having too much fun up here. So appreciate it as always. Check them out if y'all have not seen them. And thank for my mods for keeping it clean. I don't know if I said that, but there you go. And go ahead, Miss Joe. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. That is fine. Yes, well, thank you everyone for coming in, and you're right, Rob. To thank the mods, they're here and working hard, and we appreciate them, and we appreciate all of you. And sorry I got off on a rant, but see, this just happens. We just get off in different directions. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It was fun for me to be here tonight. Good to see you, Rob. And on your way out, if you haven't already, smash the like button.
Dang it. Oh, and also I did not say it through this whole entire stream. I'm sorry. But also as well, Miss Joey's link is in the description. And as well, go ahead and subscribe to her if y'all have not. I forgot. I need to put it in that tab so I can actually pin it. I never get to go do that. So I'm sorry. I got to remember that. I'm horrible at that. So, all right, everyone. So y'all have a great rest of the week. We will see y'all next week. We're slowly getting to Christmas. We'll see a new hat that Miss Joey has, and then we'll also get some guests up here sooner or later. I think we're going to do it in the new year because then we'll finish out. I think so. That'll be fun. So, all right, everyone. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everyone.